Overnight, we learned that civil rights leader Reverend Jesse Jackson died at the age of 84. No official cause of death has been released. However, Jackson suffered from a rare progressive neurodegenerative condition. Back in November, Jackson was hospitalized for nearly 2 weeks for treatment. His family says public observances will be held in Chicago, adding that other arrangements for his celebration of life will be released by the Rainbow Push Coalition. Now we have more on his life and legacy and his impact on the D.C. area.
There's power in the church. There's wonder working power.
Reverend Jesse Jackson echoing through Ebenezer AME Church, bringing hundreds to their feet in Prince George's County.
There's conscience power. There's wholeness in the church.
The former presidential candidate's lasting impact in D.C. started during the Civil Rights Movement. In 1963, he watched Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. His passion for equality brought him back decades later for events like the Million Man March and the 40th anniversary of the March on Washington.
The promise has not been honored. Today, African Americans are still living in savage inequality.
Jackson bought a house in LaDroit Park from Howard University in the 1980s. His dedication to D.C. and statehood for the district went beyond just advocacy. In 1990, Jackson became the first elected shadow senator for the district and held that position until 1997, giving the shadow delegation national attention and legitimacy. Jackson was here in 2016 for the dedication of the National Museum of African American History and Culture. He was well known at Ben's Chili Bowl on U Street. His picture with Dr. King still hangs there today.
I think because the ownership is kind, most people pay, some people can't pay, and they feed people, they care for people. I think it's the kind of it's an oasis in the desert.
Many in Southeast remember when Jackson came to the Anacostia Arts Center, offering to have his Rainbow Push Coalition help activists east of the river.
We've gone all the way from marching for fair housing, the rent strikes, all kind of combinations of schemes to fight encroachment and to fight gentrification.
He also spoke fondly of our very own Jim Vance after he passed away in 2017.
He really was an international journalist on a local station. People around the whole world knew Jim Vance because he set the pace. He never lost his credibility.
In 2014, when thousands attended the funeral of Marion Barry, Jackson honored D.C.'s mayor for life.
You got a crown full of jewels. You're still leading. We're right behind you. It won't be long.
But perhaps one of his biggest honors here,
no words could add to the distinction of the men and women being honored today,
receiving the Medal of Freedom from President Bill Clinton. The Reverend Jesse Jackson, age 84, leaves behind a profound legacy in our nation's capital.
And so we don't forget that he was a fixture in Washington, D.C. For a very long time, coming back and forth. And as a student at Howard University, I was very proud that that home that he owned in the Howard University community still stood there. We talked about it. A beautiful Tudor-style home, I think it was. But I know that for you, early back in the 80s, hearing him speak, doing his presidential run was impactful.
Yeah, and you know, obviously the Obama nomination, being elected for president, such a big deal. That stage was really set by a couple of different people. And Reverend Jesse Jackson ran for president in 1984 and 1988. Serious campaigns with a lot of backing. I remember the frustration that I felt and many blacks felt when during the 88 campaign, you would turn on the news and people would be saying, well, what does Jesse want? What does Jesse want? What's he trying to get? He wants to be president. He's running for, this isn't just some move to try to negotiate this or that. Had a powerful impact. His speech, if you can ever go back, I'm sure it's on YouTube, at the 1988 convention, powerful and inspiring for young black folks. It was the first time in my life I felt like, wow, a black person can be president of the United States. And I think it inspired a lot of people.